Hi, I'm Ananya. I'm a junior content manager with Trip 101. Today, under our fabulous beach stays series, we are visiting another location in the Philippines. This time, it's in San Juan. And joining us today is Monaliza. She runs a beautiful resort called Monaliza Surf Resort. So we'll get to know all about this destination and this fabulous property in San Juan today. So with that, we'll get started. Mona Lisa, over to you. We'd like to hear about you and the property that you run. So why don't you introduce us to both of us?
Okay. So I'm Monaliza. I am basically the owner of Monaliza Surf Resort. The name it says, it's named after me. It's the pioneer resort in Urbistondo, San Juan, offering surfing as the main recreation for our property. So basically, the business started in 1980. It was started by my parents. I was born 1982, so it's older than me. And then eventually by the early 2000, like 2005, I think I took over the business already. So with that, my dad started the business with the context of him meeting some of American soldiers or US based military men assigned here in our area or in the Philippines, most particularly from Clark and from the local one here, which is Wallace. And then some of them were surfers, and that's where my dad got the idea of putting up a cottage with 2 rooms for them to stay. Then eventually it grew more and more as more and more tourists gets to know about our property. And fast forward to now, San Juan is known for the surfing capital of the north. So people come here to surf, to party, and to enjoy food because we have a lot of restaurants as well in the area, as it boomed to a really good tourist area in La Union.
Oh, that's wonderful. So it was because of his personal friendships or immediate contacts that your dad started the property.
Well, he just met these Americans who happened to go out of the base during their free time and then saw that the waves has potential for surfing. And being a foreigner himself, of course, the foreigner is more confident to talk to a fellow foreigner. So they approach him and ask him for a place to stay during their days off. Then my dad said, I've got a big lot anyway, so why not put, some rooms for them to stay in exchange for a rent? And apparently it was a hit. So here we are now.
So how many people can you accommodate at the resort now? How many
50.
rooms do you have?
We only have 15 rooms, which can accommodate 50 people.
Okay. That's pretty good. And since you are a surf resort, you must be pretty close to the beach. So how far away is your beach, or how many steps away from the beach are you?
Actually, once you get out of my property, it's already the shore. So it's
Ah,
already the beach. We're fronting the beach.
right. Yeah. Could you tell
Yeah.
us more about the beach? Like, what is it, like a sandy beach, and what color is the sand?
Okay. It's a typical beach, gray sand, not white, not cream, not even brown. It's gray sand. Our frontage more for reef side, so there are rocks in front of us, but it's actually suitable for us since the market is basically into surfers, not swimmers. So if there are swimmers on the area with surfers on the middle, then it's more likely to cause more of accidents. So that's the reason why our spot is really best just for surfing. And actually, our spot is actually the best spot for surfing competitions. And we've held several international surfing competitions in our frontage as well.
Oh, wow, that's pretty great. So when guests arrive at the resort, if they want to surf, can they directly like go ahead and do that? Like, is it free of charge, or do they have to book some packages, etc.?
If we have guests that arrives as a surfer wherein they have their own surfboard and they know how to surf, they can just go out. The beach is public anyway, so it's free for everyone. However, for those beginners, they can approach us and ask for an instructor and rent some board from us. And we have that facility as well. So we do offer surf lessons.
Oh, that's pretty great. So within the resort itself, you have all the surfboards available, instructors available. They won't have to venture outside.
Yes, that's correct.
That's pretty great, especially for beginners who are just looking to give it a shot while they're enjoying a vacation.
That's true.
So you mentioned that the beach is rocky. Are there any creatures that can be seen on the beach itself, or does it tend to stay pretty clean and
Well, it's actually rich with marine life. So we have fishes, we have sea urchins, we have jellyfish, name it. But we don't have sharks. That's a relief. We don't have sharks.
yeah, definitely. If people are venturing out to surf, they don't want to encounter sharks on the way.
So we don't have sharks. The reason why we don't have sharks is because the water here is warm and the sharks are really more into cold waters.
Ah, okay, okay.
We also
So
have sea turtles. So our site is actually one of the nesting site for sea turtles. That's why we greatly protect our beach because of them.
okay. Is there a specific time when the sea turtles are spotted on the beach?
Normally, they emerge at night to lay eggs. But
Ah,
sometimes a random day would you would see also some.
is there a specific time of the year?
For the specific time of the year, it's normally during August till March is the best time. But we could randomly spot as well during April, May, and June, but it's not that much. It's mostly during August to March.
So August to March is the sea turtle
Yeah.
time. Okay. And what about your busy months, or what is the best time to be in San Juan?
The best time to be in San Juan is definitely when the waves during the surf season, which would start eventually on October and would end by March. But of course, since April and May is very hot here in the Philippines, so families from the cities would tend to go to the beach. So it's also best time for us, April and May, followed by June. And then after June, gradually the business goes down because of the rainy season and the typhoon season.
Okay, okay. So anytime from October onwards till March is good for surfers, and then a little bit after in the summer for families as well.
Yes, that's correct.
What type of rooms do you have at the surf resort? Like, are there several different options, or are most
Yeah.
of them similar?
Yes, we have different options. We have family rooms that are good for 7 and good for 4 and 5. The family room for 7 is fronting the beach. And then we have the family room for 4 and 5. They're not basically fronting the beach compared to the family for 7, but they're just behind these buildings. We call them standard rooms. For the beachfront, we call them beachfront family rooms. And then we also have the couple type rooms. We have the beachfront deluxe, which is basically fronting the beach. And then the standard rooms, which is just behind these beachfront rooms.
Okay, so the deluxe rooms for the couples and the family seven, the one that accommodates 7, those two are the beachfront rooms from where you can just get direct views of the beach right from your room.
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty great. What about your other amenities? Like, what all other facilities do you have at the resort?
Actually, we have several food stalls, a restaurant, and a bar. So once you come here, you want to eat, there's a lot of food options. If you want to party, there's a bar. If you want to go surfing, it's just right out the beach. So it's a complete experience of La Union once you come here to my
Hmm.
property.
So complete beach experience. So from partying to lazing on the beach to surfing, everything can be done at this one destination.
Yes. And we're situated at the heart of Orbistondo. So we're at the center. So if, let's say, for example, they want to go to some famous restaurants or some famous bars, it's just walking distance. Orbistondo is
Okay.
the main barangay here in San Juan, wherein it's where the main tourist area is. So we're at the center. So if, because of course there are a lot of, famous restaurants, famous bars, and my location is just walking distance from all these famous establishments.
Okay. So you're in a happening neighborhood of San
Of,
Juan.
yes,
Okay.
one of the best locations here.
Okay. So can you describe like the neighborhood a little bit more? Like restaurants you've already mentioned. What else can be found nearby in Istanbul?
Well,
Mm.
definitely restaurants, bars, other establishments. It's more basically those areas, those establishments only. We I don't see a nearby.
Are there any attractions nearby that guests can venture out to see or something like that? Any historical spots?
Okay, that would be on the next town or on the city, which is San Fernando. It's just less than 10 minutes drive. So
That's
San
good.
Fernando, there is this Macho Temple wherein it's a Chinese temple. So it looks really really Chinese. So if you go there, you feel like you're in Chinatown, but more of a temple like. So it's really nice. And then we also have the botanical garden in San Fernando. And then after San Fernando, the next town would be Bawang. Bawang is probably around 20 to 30 minutes drive from my place. What they have there is, this one's heading south, right? So what they have there is the grape picking experience. So they
Oh,
can go to a grape farm and then they could pick grapes for experience, have photos taken, and the like. And then north of my place, we have the Tangadan Falls. It's probably around an hour away from my place. That includes the trekking towards the falls. So it has a beautiful sort of like a Niagara type falls, but small
hmm,
one.
hmm.
So it's really nice. And then there's another one from Luna. In Luna, we have the Pebble Beach. So the beach there is doesn't they don't have sand, but they have rocks like pebbles.
Okay.
And then they also have there a man-made forest going there. They have also some stone sculptures in those area. And then there's also a surf spot there.
Okay.
So it's Darigayos. So what else? Yeah, actually there's a lot.
So in various directions, you can venture out to the nearby towns, which are not
Yeah,
that far away from once you're based out of Monaliza Surf Resort. You can
yes.
venture in various directions to see all these
Yeah,
either
north and south
spots,
you have
falls.
different views that you could or places you could visit and take your photos, enjoy the scenery,
That's
enjoy
great.
La
That's
Union.
pretty great. Yeah. Let's come back to the resort itself. A while ago, you were telling us about the dining stalls that you have. Can you tell us a little more, a bit more about like what sort of dishes you have on the menu, or are there different sets of restaurants that you have? How does it
Okay.
operate?
So basically we have an all day breakfast food stall. This serves Filipino breakfast dish. We call it silog or rice and eggs with different like smoked fish or Filipino sausage or corned beef, name it. And then we also serve sandwiches and pasta. And then aside from that restaurant, we have a ramen shop. So they serve ramen, they serve gyoza, they serve karaage, the typical Japanese foods. And then we also have Doner Papa. Doner Papa serves wrap. So they have mixed meat, grilled chicken, wrap the doner with or the kebab with rice, the kebab with french fries. And then I think they're venturing soon with burgers, as far as I heard. And then we also have the inasal. The inasal is the grilled chicken in the Philippines. It's really good. So we have Mang Jose Inasal. They serve grilled chicken. They serve tacos as well. The bar upstairs specializes in their tacos, Alegria. And we also have healthy options for those who are into vegan foods or something healthy. They serve salad, they serve smoothies, and they also sell all natural peanut butter. When I say all natural, no oil, no added stuffs, just pure peanuts, roasted ground peanuts made into a jam. Really good.
Sounds yum, and there are quite a few options already that you have mentioned that can be tried out. Are there any other amenities at the resort that you'd like to highlight?
We also have Wi-Fi for those who really need the internet. They have the Wi-Fi.
Apart from surfing, are there any other activities that guests can also do at the beach, like snorkeling, or it's not the type of beach for that?
Snorkeling, not so much in San Juan for snorkeling. Because like I said, it's more of a surfing area. So the waves are quite big. So if you do snorkel, it's not so good for snorkeling.
Ah, okay. How high do the waves tend to get?
The best waves would go up to 6 to 10 feet high, probably. And then the lowest would be, well, of course, 3 feet below. But most of the time, the waves would go from 3 feet to 5 feet high.
Okay. That's quite good. And this would be during the surf season between October.
Yeah, the surf season would definitely have like 5 feet, 6 feet high. The low season will go around well, not the low season, but the not so surf season would go up to 3 feet high. And then summertime, it tends to be flat.
Okay, so that's the time when you relax at the resort or you venture out to see the nearby attractions.
Yeah, yes, that's correct.
That's pretty great. How much in advance do you usually tend to get booked out during your surf season, which would be like your busy season?
Our busy season, if you want to book during the busy season, at least a month before is the best time to book. Otherwise, if you book like 2 weeks in advance or 1 week in advance, it's mostly full already by then. Or you won't have much options already of the rooms available. So if you're really like, especially if you're really looking forward to stay on a beachfront room, you have to book it at least a month advance. Otherwise, you'll be left with just the standard rooms. And most of our guests prefer to book the beachfront rooms because it has the direct view of the beach.
Yeah. Are there any other spots within the resort, like apart from the beachfront rooms? Like if someone misses out on those, they're in the standard rooms. Are there any other spots within the property from which they can have a good view of the beach and they can lounge and sip a drink maybe?
Some would do beach volleyball.
Yeah. Do you have like a view of the beach from your bar, or is there a lounging area?
Yes, there's a direct view of the beach from the bar. The bar actually is situated in front of the beach as well.
Ah, okay. And are you a sunset or a sunrise beach?
Sunset.
So one could sit in the bar and sip a drink and watch the sun go down as well.
Yes, definitely yes. We boast of beautiful sunsets in my place.
Must be, and it would be wonderful to like lounge around and be on the be in the bar maybe, and then watch the sun go down. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I think I've covered most of my questions. Is there anything else that you'd like to highlight about the resort? Any kind of services you might have, or anything about the staff, maybe?
Well, my staff are courteous, very courteous, they're very friendly. I have also, oh, we're also a pet friendly place, by the way.
Oh,
Because,
oh,
yeah, it's one thing that we take pride of because I'm a pet owner myself. So I understand the predicament of those pet owners who wants to travel, but they kind of have like difficulty finding a suitable resort wherein they could bring with them their pets. So I'm a pet friendly resort. I don't charge for pets. Just of course they have to be responsible for their pets. So that's it. That's one thing that we could, take pride of.
that's lovely. Yeah, it's definitely difficult for pet owners to find a place where they can also take their pet along, and it's very tricky. Usually, like there are heavy fee also charged to take the pet along. So it's really great that you're welcoming pets and
Mm-hmm.
without charging anything at all. So that's a pretty great initiative from your side, and
Yes.
I'm sure dogs love the beach as much as humans and other pets too, maybe.
Yeah. And some of my dogs also, whenever we walk them at the beach in the afternoon, guests tend to, take a photo with them. They're kind of like my mascots as well.
How many dogs do you have?
I have three. So I have two golden retrievers and one Shih Tzu. My
Ah,
oldest golden retriever is turning 10 by September. And most of my regular guests even knows him. So every time they come, they visit, they look for him, they ask him if he's still here. And I said, yeah, he's still with me. So they take a photo with him. And he's very, really, really friendly with guests. He's never aggressive. So there.
would you have any advice you'd want to share with guests who are planning a trip to San Juan and visiting Monaliza Surf Resort specifically? Any tips you'd want to share with them?
Okay, when you go visit our place, the only thing I could advise them is to make sure that when they visit, they respect the beach, they don't leave trash, they maintain the cleanliness because San Juan is basically a place wherein we're into sustainability. We make sure that the beach is clean because our place is a nesting site for turtles and we don't want these endangered turtles to run away because our beach are dirty. Um, Aside from that, of course, they can enjoy San Juan, they can party all they want, but they have to party responsibly as well. So we want to maintain peace and order in our place. And yeah, basically that's it. We're into sustainability. So we really want to keep San Juan as it is 10, 20, 30 years from now.
Yeah.
So if guest comes here, they have to observe this for the benefit of everyone.
Definitely, yeah. It's important to be able to sustain these fragile ecosystems, especially when they're nesting sites as well, so that we can maintain them for the future. And yeah, that's a pretty great advice to share with any prospective guests as well. One more thing that I wanted to check, anything that guests shouldn't forget to pack when they're planning or when they're, when once they've planned their trip.
Oh, they should not forget to pack their wallet.
Rest
They
everything
better pack that, yeah.
else.
And then, well,
Everything else they
basically
can buy them.
we provide towels, we provide basic toiletries. But if they're not comfortable with the typical hotel toiletries, they can bring their own soap. They could bring their own shampoo or conditioner. But if they're happy enough using hotel standard toiletries, then we have it. If they're comfortable using hotel towels, we have it. We provide it as well. So no need to bring. Well, that's all. Basically, your whatever basic needs you have, you can bring it. If you're comfortable using hotel facilities, that's okay. If you're not, you may bring your own. But make sure, of course, to bring also first aid kit just in case. I mean, the resort has a first aid kit, but then if Worst comes to worst, because we don't know how healthy they are. So if they could bring their
Okay.
own first aid, then even better.
Everything.
Remember, surfing is also an extreme sport. So accidents could tend to happen. So, I've got a guest who has been hit with a surfboard and is badly bleeding. So we first gave him first aid and eventually brought him to the hospital. Oh, by the way, our place is also just 5 minutes drive to a hospital. So if in case there's something, health wise that has to be attended, or there's certain accidents, it's near this,
Right.
emergency places. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty great. Yeah.
This boosts the safety of our guests as well.
Yeah. 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 That's good to know. Is there also like a convenience store nearby?
Yeah, we have 7-Eleven 5 minutes walk from here.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So all of your needs are pretty much sorted
Yes.
within the neighborhood. And you are in a busy neighborhood with like a lot of business establishments nearby. So
Yeah,
definitely everything's quite taken care of that ways.
exactly.
Yeah. That's pretty great. So I think that's all we wanted to cover for today. Thank you so much for joining the call, Monaliza, and talking to us all about your property and giving us insights into San Juan and the specific neighborhood that you're in, Abdando. So thank you so much for taking out the time for this call today and sharing with our viewers a glimpse into your own life and your resort.
You're welcome. Please come here and visit us someday.
Definitely. Thank you so much. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.